Hey everybody, back with something a bit different from the sports cards I usually get. Been adding some actor autographs here and there, and it's become a nice little side project for me. Been really enjoying it. So let's start going through these.
Listen, damn it. You step outside, you risk your life. You take a drink of water, you risk your life. And nowadays you breathe, and you risk your life. Every moment now. You don't have a choice. The only thing you can choose is what you're risking it for. Now, I can make these people feel better and hang on a little bit longer. I can save lives. That's reason enough to risk mine.
First up is an auto of Scott Wilson from The Walking Dead. Not sure if you'd call him a main character, but he was always one of my favorites. I just kind of like the way his character evolved over time and just had some great scenes overall throughout his time on the show. Unfortunately, passed away in real life a few years ago, but he had already filmed one final scene on the show and ended up being actually a really emotional scene because at the time it aired, his death was still kind of fresh on everybody's mind, and it was just a really good scene overall. So yeah, when I was thinking about Walking Dead characters to get an auto of, he was one that came to mind. It took me a while to find this at a good price. Had to wait a few months and finally found this one at a much better buy it now price than the usual ones, so very happy with that one.
The truth. The truth. I am a god boy from another land far from here. When I came to these shores, I chose to live as a man. But the truth is, I was born a god, and so were you.
Now, these next three I'm going to show are going to be voice actors. I mean, they've acted in some movies and TV shows too, which is how they got cards made in some of these sets. But I became a fan of these people because of their voice acting work in some video games. So here we have Christopher Judge, who did the voice of Kratos in the 2018 God of War game, and did such an incredible job in that game. That game has like such a great story. It's just as good as any like movies and TV shows you're gonna watch these days. And so he did a great job with his voice acting in that game, and so did everybody else. And just had a great experience overall with that game. So once I was done with it, I did pretty much what I do whenever I watch any show or movie or play a game that I like. I check to see if any of the people in it have cards, and sure enough, he did. Because again, he's acted in some other stuff. I think most famously, he was part of the Stargate TV show, which I don't even know if that still goes on. I've never seen an episode of it. But yeah, he was in some of those sets, and some of the autos he has in those sets can go for a decent amount of money. I guess some of the fans of that show kind of bid some of that stuff up. But I was able to get this one from the Razer company. They did these Pop Century sets. I think they've also done like the poker sets in the past. So I think that's a decent one there. But with that being said, if I happen to see one of the Stargate autos of them at a reasonable price, I'd consider adding one of those too.
Let us through.
You guys need to turn around and head back if you know what's good for you.
Our beef isn't with you. We just want Robert. You don't want to do this.
Turn the fuck around and leave now.
I'm not going anywhere without Robert.
Bitch, I will bash your skull unless you turn around and get your dumb ass out of here.
Fuck this.
Take cover!
Next, like I said, is another video game character. Not sure how you pronounce her last name. Annie Wershing, I guess is how you say that. But here she is on this card from this Marvel Runaway show, which I don't even know what that is. I've never seen that show. That's not why I got this. I'm a fan of hers from her voice acting work in a game called The Last of Us, which she wasn't the main character in that, far from it, but she left a lasting impression. And that's the thing about these voice actors that I'm showing is they did such a phenomenal job voice acting those characters that they just kind of made them come to life and made them memorable. So that's why I've been picking some of these autographs of some of these people up. I think it's cool that they even have like certified autographs in some of these sets out there, so I can kind of work on this little side PC.
You just jump, count to 5, just pull the cord. How hard could that be? Oh, crap!
And last one, he's on a Star Trek card here. I've never watched an entire Star Trek episode or movie, so I have no idea what character he plays, but the actor's name is Nolan North, and he's a very well-known video game voice actor. He's done a ton of voice acting work for various games through the years, but he's most well-known for being the voice of Nathan Drake in the Uncharted video game series. I guess it does say what character he plays right there in Star Trek. But again, I don't know him from that. I know him from the Uncharted series, which is one of the best video game franchises out there. So this was an absolute must for me. So saw that he had an autograph in his set, had to grab it. Surprisingly cheap. I got it for a little under $10. Thought I'd have to pay way more for this one, because again, within the video game community, he's very well known. So it's awesome to be able to add this to the collection at such a low price. So there you go, 4 autographs added to this little collection of actors that I have going. Definitely looking to add a few more. It's a really fun side project to work on every now and then, so we'll see what else I can add to it.